Okay, I think we got it this time. All right, let me put it on the, now where did I do with my thing? Let me put it on the stand. Here we go. All right. Oh, I hope you came back. I hope you can find me again. Just refresh your screen and it'll bring the new one up. All right, here we are. I'm going to give you a minute. I saw Kay. I know Kay was on. So I'm going to give you a minute to get back on again. All you have to do is refresh your screen. All right. All right. Well, hopefully you are going to find your way back. This is the Thoughtful Expressions stamp set and dies. This set is fabulous. It is everything all wrapped into one really awesome bundle. So the thing that attracted me was the hummingbird. I love birds. I especially love hummingbirds. So that really attracted me. Yay, I think. So if you're watching, if you made it back, if you're watching this, please let me know. Please say hi. And I hope I didn't mess anybody up. All right, so this is Thoughtful Expressions. Hold on a minute. And like I said, the thing that attracted me first was the hummingbird. But then, and the sentiments, where in the world would I be without you? Isn't that sweet? That is such a wonderful sentiment. Sometimes there are no words, and isn't that true? Sometimes we just need to let them know we love them. Sometimes there are no words, and I love the different, this has 3 different fonts in it. This one too, enjoy your day, and you're in my thoughts today. So they're really, really pretty. But the other wonderful thing about this set, and these come off my magnet, I don't know why, but they do it every time, are the dies. Look at the label dies. You get this set of dies, and they're, you know, the sizes gradiented down so that you can use them to mat. Wonderful dies. And these label dies, and they're the same way. You can use them to mat. And then you've got your hummingbird. You've got the die for this stamp. That's right here. And you've got the die for this stamp. It's right here. But then you also have leaves and stems and more stems and little flowers. And then this one. And I haven't used this one yet. I'm curious as to, I mean, it's obviously a flower. Maybe I should, I wonder if it, you know what? Like I said, I haven't used it yet. No, it doesn't. It's not that flower. So, I don't know. I'll be anxious to use that. So, your stamps and your dies are included in this month's, well, they're not included. This bundle, the cards are all made using this bundle. It's not included. If you want to order this, then it is in your seasonal catalog, your mini catalog, and the bundle is $55.75. So that would be your stamp set and those wonderful dies. So if you want that, you can add $55.75 to your $35 monthly Stamp Club, and I will pay the shipping and the tax for this, and that's going to be over $10. So that's an awesome deal for you. You can buy it when you send me the money for your club. All right. So you also, with your monthly stamp club, not only do you get the 4 cards and the PDF tutorial, you also get $20 to $25 in free products that will be used on your cards. So I don't have a new one to show you. And you can see I've used this quite a bit. But this is the 4-pack Tinsel Gems. The 4-pack Tinsel Gems. You will receive that. And the gems that are in here are Pretty Peacock, Blueberry Bushel, Berry Burst, and Lemon Lime Twist. So you get a full package. You don't get this one. You get a full package of this. And then you will get, and there again, I don't have a new one. You will get a package of blending brushes. And there are 3 to a package. So you will get I think there are 3. Let me double check that. I don't want to tell you that and be wrong. So hold on a minute. I should have, I looked it up to find the cost, but I didn't look to see how many. Okay, here we are, number 7. Yes, good. You get 3 brushes, and we're going to be using the brushes on our cards. So you'll get those to be able to use. I have a brush for every color group. I have one for my yellows, one for my blues, one for my purples, which are the 3 colors that we're going to be using today. But you can get by with one and just clean it real good, get all the color off of it, and then use it on your next color. So, but you'll get 3 in your package. So if you don't have enough blending brushes, you can also use the daubers. And I'm going to use the dauber on one of the colors today. I don't think the daubers work quite as nicely as the blending brushes, but I have a dauber for every color that I have. So I do use these, and especially when you're looking to get into a smaller space, these come in really handy. All right, so now you know what you're going to be getting with your monthly stamp club. So let's look at the cards. Using the thoughtful expressions, the first card I'm going to show you is this one. And it is using the wild wheat and the stippled, softly stippled designer series paper. And this is a fun fold card. Just opens up like that. And let's see. On the hummingbird, I colored with different colors, and those will be in your instructions. But you can use any color you want. That's what's so wonderful about these, is you can use any color you want on your hummingbird, and it'll still look awesome. And I actually added Wink of Stella to my hummingbird. So that's card number 1. Card number 2 is using the shimmer paper. And there's one sheet in there that is Berry Burst. So I chose to use that. And what you can do, I tried to stamp this, but I don't think you need to stamp it. It doesn't really show. And you run the risk of it smearing. But what I would do is come in either with my Stampin' Right marker or with a very fine tip pen, and I would put the eye, and I would just draw a line down the beak. I would do that. And I did on this one. I came in and put a dot for the eye and a line design for the beak. So this one uses the, my mind just went blank. The lovely, the perennial lavender paper on this one. And it's actually the backside of one of the lavender papers. But that's what is used on that and just stamped on the inside. Enjoy your day. Oh, and I actually stamped Enjoy Your Day with Versamark, and then I embossed it with white embossing powder on black, and then I cut them apart. All right. Then this one is also using that perennial lavender paper, and this is the other side, probably the other side of this. So this is the Pretty Peacock, and on this I used one of the butterflies from the Butterfly Accents, and I love those butterflies. So you'll get one of these for each of your 2 cards, and I used the blending brush or the dauber to get my Pretty Peacock and my probably Fresh Freesia on this one. I used the dies, and I actually used the largest. I used the largest die, and so there wasn't another one bigger to mat it. So I just cut another one in the Fresh Freesia paper and cut it in half and matted my die that way. All right, so there's that one. And then last is this card. Move these over here. So this one is really a very simple card in that your stamping is all on your card base, which is soft seafoam. Now, if you want to mat it with something else and stamp on that, if you want another layer, that's fine. But I wanted it on the soft seafoam. So I just used, on this one, I actually used some stamps from another set, but you could use anything. You could use any stamp to do your background. You will need a splatter stamp, but any other stamp. This is from Nature's Sweetness. So I used a couple of stamps from that to give the collage look. You could use any stamps you have to give that collage look. And then I used the stems from this set to stamp in back here. And then the dies to do the greenery. I stamped this and colored it and put it on with dimensionals, and then I stamped the hummingbird onto some Designer Series paper. And we're actually going to do this card together. The Designer Series paper that I used for that one is from the Nature's Sweetness. And so you can see that paper right there that I used to get my hummingbird. And you will get the paper in your kit. Now, I cannot do any of the stamping for your kits. And I know that's a big part of this particular kit. But look around. If you don't want to purchase the Thoughtful Expressions kit, look around and find a set that you have, a bundle with a bird on it, and use that bird on your card. And I know you'll have stamps that you can collage with, and flower stamps that you can use. You can always come up with things to use using this technique, this card idea, using the products that I send you, and using your own stamps if that's what you want to do. If you want to buy the Thoughtful Expressions, like I said, it was, what, $55.75 for this, and I'll pay the shipping and the tax for that. So these are your cards. These are the ones that you'll receive. You'll receive kits for 2 of each of the cards with all the products that you need to make that card. And if it's a die cut, you'll receive the die cut. However, you will not have any of the stamping. So my recommendation would be to put your own. If you're not going to get this, find a little flowery stamp that you've got and stamp it and put it there. I will send you the die cut for each hummingbird, but it will not be stamped. So, all right. So what we're going to do is set those aside, and we're going to make this one. And I need to get one set. Now, this is the Notes of Nature set that I'm going to use for the background for this. But there are lots of stamp sets that Stampin' Up! Has had in the past that have collage type stamps on them, and you can use those. You could even just take this stamp and stamp it off, ink it, stamp it off, and do a collage with that and with those two. There are lots of ways to do collages. So let me get our products here. The first thing you need is an 11 by 4 1/4 piece of soft seafoam, and that will be in your kit. And it's scored at 5.5, and I'm going to give it a good score. Hi, Kay. Hi, Sheila. So glad y'all are here. I hope it wasn't too confusing getting back to this video. All right, so now I have my card scored, and so what I'm going to do is take the elements from my Notes of Nature and do a little bit of collage stamping. And I'm going to use black, but I'm going to stamp it off. So I'm going to ink it up good. I'm thinking that black I've about used up. Let me try this one. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to stamp it off once right here, and then I'm going to stamp it right here. See, it's just subtle in the background. So one of those. Let me get the hash one. This one right here. We're going to use it. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to use my black. And there again, you could use any color you wanted. Any color you want. So I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to do it again right here. All right. So I only did 3 things. You could do as many as you wanted. Let me put this stamp back. I do use the splatter from this set, the splatter. Lots of sets have splatters. Lots of them, and I love splatter. Now for this, I'm going to use my blueberry bushel. Any blue would work. And you could use the same blue on your flower if you don't have blueberry bushel. I'm going to stamp that off twice, because I don't want that to be dark. Okay. There we go. Just a touch of the blue. All right. Clean my stamp, put it back. Just take a second. Okay. And now I'm going to use Old Olive. Grab my Old Olive. There it is. I'm going to use Old Olive to do the stem from the Thoughtful Expressions. This stem right here. Come on. Put it on the block. Open up my Old Olive. I didn't want to open. Now, I'm just sort of estimating that my stem is going to need to go right about here. And right about here maybe. Because it's going to be behind my flower. But I think that'll work. You could stamp that off if you wanted to. I may have stamped it off on my sample. But, all right. Clean this stamp. Oh, we're going to get to the fun part here in a minute. All right, now I'm going to get my flower stamp. This one, the big one. And I'm going to get a scrap of white, basic white. And I'm going to stamp my flower on that because I'm going to color it and cut it out. And I'll stamp it. You know what? I can stamp it with the Old Olive. You could use any color to stamp it with. But I'm going to stamp it with the Old Olive. There we go. Clean that stamp. Put that away. It's like putting a puzzle together. All right. Put my Old Olive away. And now I'm going to color. And I'm going to use the Blueberry Bushel light and dark markers, the Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to start with the dark. And what I do is come along the edge and put my darkest there. Because I'm going to come back and blend that up. And you know, I might not have done that first one in Blueberry Bushel. I'm looking at it now thinking, that doesn't look like Blueberry Bushel, which is okay. You do it in any color that you want. All right, I've got that dark done. Now I'm going to come in with my light on the brush tip, and I'm just going to pull it up. Yeah, that was not Blueberry Bushel. Also, your Stampin' Blend markers lighten as they dry. I don't know if you knew that or not. So I'm going to do that. Not quite take it to the edge yet. Yeah, that may have been Fresh Freesia. It may have been. But you know what? That just shows you can do any color any color at all. I had Blueberry Bushel out, and because I've had the gems out, I think. And so I thought that's what I had done. I guess. All right, take it right to the edge there. It's going to be close enough. Take this to the edge. Get that edge done. Then I'm going to pull the color up on this one. Now I'm going to go back with my dark here in a minute. I think that right there is part of it. Pull this up. You're pulling the color up so that it just leaves a touch of the darker. Now I'm gonna, I think I'll color, yeah, this is the lighter. I'm gonna go back and color it in with the darker. All right, now we're gonna come back, and right on that edge, we're just gonna put another layer of the darker color. And this little flap that's flapped over, I'm going to put that in the darker. Just another little layer. And it'll show up even more. Right at the base. There we go. I tried to use all different colors on my samples because I tend to migrate toward the blues and the Lost Lagoons, and I tend to really migrate toward those. And so I have to be careful. I'm gonna all right, as that dries, you're going to see the color come out more and more. I am going to grab a lighter, maybe the Fresh Freesia, or this is Orchid Oasis. Like I say, it doesn't matter. Well, I don't want that. I want a blue. So maybe Balmy Blue, light Balmy Blue. And do the inside. And I'm just sort of stippling that. There we go. I think I'm also going to use this blue. There's some little loops. This stamp has some little collage decorative outside loops that go outside the image. So I'm going to color those in that lighter blue. I think I did these maybe in the soft seafoam. I may have. I tend to do things a little different every time I do them. All right, now this is my light Old Olive. And I'm just going to come along and I stamped it in the dark so I can pull that dark out, and you'll be able to, the veins will show because they were stamped in the dark, or in the Old Olive stamp. The ink is a little darker than the blend, the light blend. All right. Okay. And now I'm going to just come in here and the littlest, tiniest touch of green on these. And I think on the leaves, I'm going to use the darker, since I colored them in the light old olive, on this little edge that pokes out, I'm going to do it in the darker. Just on the leaves. There's just those two. That's it. I think I'm going to color this in so there's not a white piece right there in the middle. All right. There's our flower. And now we're ready to die cut it. So I'm going to grab my scissors, trim this so it'll go through my mini cut and emboss. Bring it over here. I'm going to use the die, which is the big one. Where is it? Where's the big die? I must have used it. Oh dear. That's what happens when you don't put things away. Yeah. I didn't put it in here, did I? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Oh, I hope I did. Yes, I put it in the other stamp set. Oh my goodness. I was going to panic there for a minute, but not to panic. Not to panic. And if you've got this Post-it tape, it is wonderful stuff for holding these on. Woo! I thought I had lost a die. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, here we go. Okay. Get that out. Put my little piece of tape there. Put my die back in the right place. So while I'm die cutting, I am going to get the stems out and go ahead and die cut those. All right. And I'm going to use bring my card in a little bit. I'm going to use the, I've got a scrap of soft sea foam. So I'm going to use it to cut this one and this one. That's it, that one and that one. Okay, that's it for the soft sea foam. And you will get these in your kit already cut. Get my take a pick tool, get those out. There's one. I'm going to need to use this again, but I'm not using this one again. So I'm going to put it up. Then I need my old olive scrap, which I'm going to have to cut it down to fit this. It should work right there. There we go. And I need that one. And that one. Is there a little one? No. So I think I'll use this one too. All right. Get those cut. And then we're ready to go. Oh, you know what? There is one of those, one of these. So I need to cut it too. Let me get these out. Get this one out. Don't get in a hurry taking it out, or it'll tear. One little piece that doesn't want to let go. Another little piece that doesn't want to let go. All right, I need that double leaf too. Get that done real quick. We'll have all of our die cutting except for our hummingbird, but we're not going to be ready to do that yet. All right. Now, take a pick tool, get that piece out, put it away. We're done with this one. Put it away. All these little pieces out. Put it away. And this one we've already gotten out. It's this one. And there's one little piece of cardstock that won't let go. Right there. Right there. Well, I took a leaf with it, but that's okay. All right. We're good. Set that over there for right now. Put my scrap aside. Now, one more thing we do need to, I stamped happy birthday on this one because I was doing it for somebody special. I'm going to stamp You're in My Thoughts today because that is actually the one that's in the kit. Or maybe sometimes there are no words. No, You're in My Thoughts today. Let's do that one. And I'm going to stamp it in ink. You could take Happy Birthday from another set, but I want to here we go. You're in My Thoughts today. I have to stand up. There we go. You're in My Thoughts today. Put that one back in here. Now we're ready to create our image here. You see how this is, it's lightening up. So I'm going to use dimensionals. And I think I have a few left on this sheet for my flower. And I'm going to put it down first because I'm going to tuck the other pieces under it. How about that? All right. And I'm going to position it right there. Yeah, there we go. Now, it doesn't really matter how you do these. This one, get some of the centers out. There. I'll just use, I bet my glue won't come out if it is true to my luck this morning. So I keep a pin handy. To poke it with. I seem to have had more trouble with it lately. Well, for a long time, it just never gave me any problems. All right. On this one, I put it here, so I'll go ahead and put it here. And then the soft sea foam will go right under it. Make sure you get all the little centers poked out. There we go. I'll just put that right next to it. You just don't want it sticking out. So you have to position it so that it's not sticking out past the card. Then for that one, I'm going to cut this little stem right here. And I'm going to use that right there. Yeah, right in there. It's going to go right in there. Whoops. Right in there. And the other little piece that I cut off is going to go right there. Tuck it under. And then I've got my 2 leaves. This one. Gonna go right there. And the green, the olive, old olive, is gonna go right there. All right. Oh, squat diddle. All right. There we have our flower collage, flower and stem collage. And now all we need is our hummingbird. And this is the fun part. I'm going to take that piece of Designer Series paper. Now, the exact colors that I used on this. The problem was, this was the first card I did for the club, and I didn't write everything down. And if I don't write everything down, I'm having to figure it out along the way. But I know that I used the same color here as here. So I'm going to do the boho blue first, or the blueberry bushel first. And we're going to add the color to this paper. This is a shiny, it's a really pretty shiny paper. And so this is my blue blending brush. And I'm just going to give it a swirl. And then I'm going to come over here. So I'm going to do this in stripes. So I'm going to start off of it and then come on to it. But I start off so that it doesn't really blob it. But I'm going to do that. Okay. And then the next color I'm going to use, I'm going to leave that because we may come back, is the Fresh Freesia. No, that's not what that flower is. Well, oh well. All right, and so I'm going to get my purple, and I'm going to start over here and come onto this sheet just like that. And you know what? It's not a perfect science. You just want to get some color on there. And I'll just blend it into that blue so there's no white space there. And then I wanted to demonstrate, the next color I'm going to use is Calypso Coral. So for that one, I'm going to demonstrate with the dauber. So I'm going to come and start here. And use my Calypso Coral, and you see the daubers, my daubers are old, so I'm going to have to start a new one for Calypso Coral because you can see it's coming off. Yeah, there it is. I haven't used this one, I guess, in a long time. All right, so I need to replace that, but you can use a dauber. It works fine. And then I'm going to come in with the last color, and that's Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to get my yellows. Start off down here. I want to get a good coat of yellow. I want it to show. Okay. All right. There's our rainbow of colors, and I don't think I need to come back and do anything. I think we're good to go. So I'm going to close all my inks up. You could use any color of ink, any color at all. Now, I'm going to take my hummingbird die. Well, first I'm going to stamp. Take my hummingbird stamp. All right, put it on a bigger block. And I'm going to use the die to do this, to just position it. Because I really want all the colors. That would get all of them. That would get all of them. I think I like that one better. I think I like that one better. So I'm going to stamp my hummingbird in black. And I'm going to position it as closely to that as I can so that I get all the colors. There we go. Clean this stamp. Look at him, isn't he pretty? You can play around and stamp them in different places and just have a ball. I did. I made like 10 of these cards. I thought they were so pretty. And put all different sentiments on them. All right. Oops. So I'm letting that dry just a minute. So I think we have a little bit of stamping to do on the inside. And I have my inside piece. And I think for this one, well, no, I better make it consistent. I was going to just, well, I think I can do that. Because I've got the flower on the outside. I think I'm going to use a flower. See, I'm switching up here a little bit. But you'll know what to do. I mean, you'll have the instructions. I'm going to use the boho blue. And then you'll have the instructions for this card And then you can just switch it up any way you want. But I think I'm going to do this. Okay. I think I'm going to put this right there. And then I think I'm going to take this one. Put that stamp away. And I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to use the old olive for that. And we'll stamp it off and put one right here. And then I'm going to do the same thing going this way. There we go. So that is going to be my inside. Put this away. Just to show you that you can switch it up and use it any way you want. So I'm going to put this in my inside. I have to write over that. I got some blue off my hands. There we go. There it is. All right. And now for our hummingbird, get our cut and emboss over here again. Put this down on the plate. And get it secured. Cut this little jewel out. Put that away. Here's our hummingbird. I'm still being a little bit careful. That's why I dropped it, huh? Okay. So I'm going to position him right there. Yep. See, I can't, because of my sentiment, you have to work him around your sentiment. I could do it. No, I'm going to have to position him right there so that he's not off the page. Now, I'm running out of dimensionals, so I'm going to use my edges. Put an edge right there. And put a piece of an edge right here. I think that's enough. I might could use a mini dimensional right on his head. Maybe a mini dimensional right there. There we go. All right. So this guy's going to get covered up pretty much. You can put the bill on top of the flower or under the flower, but you just want your sentiment to show. There it is. There it is. Now we need our gems to finish it off. And I'm going to use the Blueberry Bushel gems. And I think I'll use one of the bigger ones down here. I'm doing it a little different. And here. And here. There we go. You're in my thoughts today. That's it. We're done. So, they're pretty close, right? Pretty close. Pretty close. All right, that is our Stamp Club of the month. Thoughtful Expressions is the set we're going to use. I would encourage you to get it. It is such a wonderful set. That's the one we just did, so I'm going to leave it up. Put this back down, put this back down, put this one here so you can see them. All right. So that's our monthly stamp club for February. I hope you'll participate. I hope that you've enjoyed the video, and I hope I've inspired you to use these sets and make something. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Kay, for the compliment. And I will see y'all next Thursday. Oh, well, let's see. Tuesday night is Dying to Know. So you want to be here and see which set I'm going to show you how to use. So be sure and tune in Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for Dying to Know. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.